Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT news and plenty going on at the present time. More roster changes and news to discuss, especially on the Vision Strikers side, but also Breeze, major changes to that map happening the last day or so. Pros giving their reaction to it as per usual. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Top of the channel reach to new people, and please do subscribe as well if you have not yet already. Not far away at all from 6k at this point. Just love to see it. First of all, this is the Unicorns of Love. I've never heard of this team before. They've announced a roster. Thought it was kind of funny, frankly, the name of this one. So, well, these guys are back in business. Fantastic stuff to see. Now, well, other organizations also announcing rosters. OG have confirmed a French roster going into 2022. This is, of course, well, a pretty big organization in other esports, but, well, they're proud to unveil their new VALORANT squad competing in 2022, as you guys can see here on screen. Now, we talked about these guys and the rumor about it just a few days ago, but another pretty big name in esports getting into the VALORANT side, and well, especially in the European region, I guess right now makes a fair bit of sense. But well, still many questions still to be answered over the coming days, especially in the North American side, for example. Even the Fnatic team is still up in the air right now, but you've got 100 Thieves, T1, FaZe Clan, they're still trying to finalize things, what their rosters are going to look like for next year. And well, other things are also changing very quickly indeed. This also to mention, because we may have looked at a couple of days ago, maybe we did not, that Virtus Pro were very interested in getting into VALORANT, I'm pretty sure in the European and the CIS regions. Now, apparently, they've pulled out Virtus Pro of actually getting into VALORANT due to concerns about the longevity of the game. Interesting discussion, really, like whether VALORANT has the longevity that it needs to. I'm kind of surprised if this is the reason for Virtus Pro that they think this, right? I don't think that VALORANT should have, with the support it has from Riot and the community and the casual backing it has as well, that VALORANT should be around for many years, frankly. But maybe they don't think that. Of course, Virtus Pro, legendary Counter-Strike organization as well, so maybe they're kind of considering the way CS is, the way VALORANT is. It's an interesting one, or they just can't find a team that actually fits the bill really on who Virtus Pro wanted to pick up in the VALORANT side. I guess they might still keep their eyes on things. This then from Vision Strikers, really big news, frankly, because a few days ago I said it wrong in a couple of videos ago, right, when I said Bang instead of King, but King was loaned out to Esports Connected, kind of a strange situation going on there, but the entirety of Vision Strikers is going to change the name of the roster going into next year. Massive organization, obviously, there in Korea. Now, their parent company, eDreamWorks, has been acquired by DRX, and therefore the best VALORANT team in Korea will compete under the DRX brand going into the upcoming VCT. So, pretty big change, quite honestly. Vision Strikers, obviously, massive brand out there, and DRX are now going to be the ownership and also the name of this roster going into next year. King is no longer on that team right now. Some strange stuff going on with that roster as we looked at a couple of days ago, but still, I guess I'll keep you guys updated on this one. Interesting change, most certainly. We see a few of these kind of name changes going on right now. TSM, for example, the partnership they did with FTX, the crypto thing, that's obviously something that happened last year, and there was some more name changes coming, I suppose, especially here in the Korean region. Now, given we were talking about King, and I kind of misspoke as Bang a couple of days ago, speaking of the actual Bang, right, is that, he is playing right now, it seems, with Built by Gamers. So, we looked at the other day, Huin was released from Ghost Gaming, as we just saw a couple of days ago, and, Bang, of course, was on TSM before. Now, this was noticed last night with Guard.net, right, who, of course, is on the Guard. Now, they're looking for a new player because ShahZaM was kicked from their team. We looked at a couple of weeks ago in kind of strange circumstances. Seems like Huin might be the 5th player they're trialing. So, as you can see, 8 to 15 right here with Net as well. So, definitely playing with the Guard right now. And also, Bang seemingly playing with BBG. So, on the other side of things. So, interesting stuff, most certainly, to keep your eyes on over the coming days. But, just stuff like this seems to get spotted all the time. And then we can talk about it. So, pretty cool stuff, no doubt. So, let's talk about the changes that are coming to VALORANT over the last several days. Firstly, this from ShahZaM, some frustrations really from some of the pros, and you can understand it, about playtesting the game. For whatever reason, a lot of the content creators in the game have been given access to play the game early, the new state of the game, with the Breeze changes we'll look at here in a second, with Neon, of course, as the new agent coming into the game as well, and we'll get a chance to playtest it, see how things are going. And as ShahZaM says, if I retire for a week, can I playtest Neon too? I was kind of frustrated that pros aren't getting the chance to playtest these agents, only the content creators seemingly are, even though you'd have thought that, surely it should be the pros that get the opportunity to do so as early as possible, so that they can be the ones that give the best feedback, especially with the VCT very soon around the corner, right, in terms of, these agents actually being used in competitive play. So ShahZaM not the happiest bunny as a result of this, and you can understand why. This also from George Geddes, rumours of a Jett NERF on the way. Now, if this comes through as well, it could be very interesting. Neon comes through, and a lot of Jett players are already thinking, okay, let me get Jett out of here, let's be a Neon main. Now, if a Jett NERF nerf comes through as well, we'll have to see how that one goes. Maybe Neon completely takes over in the duelist meta, or does Jett and Neon still be used? I don't know. But maybe they'll do a similar nerf to what they kind of accidentally did a while ago, where they increased the price of updraft and also made the dash a little bit slower in terms of putting your weapon out after it. So, you know, some things they could do. I guess we'll see if any of this does come to fruition. But, well, breeze changes also going down the last 24 hours. So these are pretty important, actually. There's nothing incredibly dramatic in terms of complete overhauls of sites, but there are some changes that a lot of the pros seem to be pretty happy with going into the new year. So, well, as Mike points out right here, these are the 3 screenshots. And, I mean, yeah, as Ethan says, finally, he's actually very happy about these. And I'm pretty sure Automatic, or I guess Automatic is still technically a T1 Valorant player, was like, okay, these changes look really good. But we imagine he's going back to Counter-Strike. So I found some before and afters really on terms of this map in these different locations. So this, of course, is one of them in the tunnels over towards the A site. Now, what you can see is this doorway used to be very much a choke point, right? It was a pretty small doorway. Like, getting through here, it's pretty tough to do. Now they've changed it so that it's actually longer. You can't really see it from this angle. You can see it better from another angle. But, you know, coming out on the site is relatively similar. There is now a new box here on the left-hand side that you can maybe take cover behind or play around to some degree. So things have changed here a little bit, not too much in this hallway. Now, this is where you see the most of the changes. This is obviously the previous version of the map. These boxes over down here. Now, kind of the entire side is kind of surrounded by this. I don't even know what you really call this, but for some reason it's submerged to some degree. Now, they've extended this out to the left, and also they've changed what happens to this doorway. So as you can see, this is obviously not the best quality, but this is the best quality we have right now. They've extended the bomb site out to the left-hand side, which makes a lot of sense, actually, because it was kind of awkward really going around this type of stuff. And also this doorway is now no longer like a complete choke point. It's actually kind of a flat wall that comes out right here. So it's probably slightly easier for the attackers to get out of here. And I'll just kind of go back and forth a couple of times so you guys can see what may well have changed. And I mean, this box down here was changed as well, as you can see. This up here was always there back in the day, so that's not something to worry about. But yeah, a few changes coming through, to be honest, on the site, especially the way this has gone, and also this doorway that most people seem to be quite happy about. This also over at the B site. So this is the previous version where this wall effectively cuts off, and there was a nice angle that you could get with an op, for example, sitting right here, looking to the right side of this pillar, down to the kind of the open doorway that people can come through. Now, they've effectively cut this off, where now this wall extends out, and you still have these kind of headshot angles. They're kind of strange, to be honest. Not really sure why this is here. Maybe you just extend the wall all the way out, but this is what they've decided to do on the B site to cut off some of those angles, and maybe make things a little bit easier for the attackers, in theory, to get onto this site. So, well, interesting stuff, no doubt. As well, Ethan's pretty happy about it. Best changes on A site, he says, are kind of this doorway opening, but also, the extension of the bomb site as well. So Ethan seems to be happy about things. Definitely interesting changes. This, will have some significant impact, I guess, on how Breeze may well be played going forward as well. And that this is kind of the doorway change that we looked at, right? With this opening up to some degree, making it kind of creates a new corner, I guess, but it also should make things easier in theory for the attackers to get through here. But I guess how it actually plays in reality certainly does remain to be seen. This also to mention as well, who is one of the level designers over at Riot who designed this stuff. Now, we well know right at the Champions when there was that Ascend versus VK match when the bugged camera placement was used. Now, that wasn't actually allowed to be used. So there was like a bugged place on the map where you could chuck a cypher cam, and it would sit there and you couldn't actually see it or whatever. It was impossible to destroy, or there was some sort of bug as a result of it. Not sure why that took so long to fix, but it seems like that may now have been fixed officially. So with any luck, that's officially completely gone, and there's no more issues with that cypher cam that the Brazilian scene has to worry about going into 2022. And just to finish off with this, an interesting discussion I thought between Ethan and FNS about rechargeable abilities, whether they should actually exist. Now, I thought this is kind of an interesting concept from Ethan, that the ultimate orbs, so basically the ult orb can kind of now be like when you defuse the bomb, right? And when you defuse the spike. And instead of just picking it up after 4 seconds, you get your rechargeable ability back, and after 8 seconds you grab the entire thing and it gives you a point towards your ultimate. So that could be an interesting idea. There's obviously been a lot of talk about whether it's possible to whether you actually should get rechargeable abilities as standard, or whether they should just not be the case at all, and you need an ultimate orb and use half of an ultimate orb to get this stuff to happen. Interesting concept. Maybe some of the right guys are listening, but still there could be some potential outplay potential here if this comes to fruition. But yeah, still some changes that maybe the pros would still like to see made going into this upcoming season. But very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting a like button tells the YouTube gods this is a good video. Others like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thanks for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.